All right. Now, also, we heard comments about, how the budget slashes EPA funds. I mentioned this in my opening where I said that, that the monies that came from the Inflation Reduction Act and the Infrastructure Act were meant to be a one-time shot in the arm for special projects. No matter how that money was spent, it was never intended to be a new norm at the EPA for spending. Is that your understanding as well, Administrator?
In a budget that was an annual operating budget of about $10 billion a year, EPA in 2024 obligated and spent over $60 billion. It was more money than they knew how to spend. It was money that was disseminated to left-wing NGOs. It was given out to former Biden and Obama officials, Democratic donors. They created entities that at times would go through up to 4 pass-throughs where each of them were taking their own cut to administer the dollar. By design, when Congressional Democrats put forth the Inflation Expansion Act, they were using it to raid the taxpayer till to be able to pay off those people who had supported them through the years. Fortunately, the era of tossing gold bars off the Titanic, that's the word that the Biden administration was using to describe how they were spending the money, those days are done. We are being responsible steward of taxpayer dollars without any apology or regret, even though I know that makes a lot of your colleagues on the other side of the aisle quite sad.
And you feel that the budget request from the administration is one that's appropriate for the EPA to be able to get its core functions done, is that correct?
Not only will we be able to fulfill all of our statutory obligations, we will be able to do more with less. We inherited backlogs of over 14,000 pesticide reviews, 500 new chemicals, 175 small refinery exemptions, blown deadlines on setting numbers for renewable volume obligations, hundreds of state implementation plans. The core statutory obligations set by this body were ignored by our predecessors. And guess what? All of those backlogs are either eliminated or greatly reduced since we came in, doing more with less. Wild concept.
Congratulations. All right, let me move to some stuff important to my district. Under the Biden EPA, the coal ash rule was one-size-fits-all in its approach and unfortunately had the effect of discouraging beneficial reuse of coal combustion residuals in concrete and drywall. Why should the encapsulation and recycling of coal ash be encouraged?
It's important for anyone who cares about the environment. There are good, as you referenced, it's called beneficial reuse. It is putting to good use what is being produced by these plants. While plants have enacted, for example, the 2012 mercury and air toxic standards, which were strict, and we see them continue to improve their environmental technology, rather than trying to get rid of coal altogether through a combination of regulations, coal combustion residual, steam electric, ELG, Clean Power Plan 2.0, and more, they were trying to make send this message to coal miners that they should just learn the code. Well, this is reliable, durable, baseload power that is important to provide to American families. And we're reversing that damage in earnest. And one of the ways to do it is to understand the benefits of beneficial reuse and to make sure that we are supporting it, not suffocating it.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech in my district is studying how to recover rare earth elements from coal ash, which could strengthen domestic supplies. Now, it's not an easy thing to do, but it would strengthen our domestic supplies of rare earth. How would the previous coal ash rule have restricted these uses?
Well, for one, I mean, the goal was, and as we saw coming in, the effective implementation of these 2023 and 2024 rules that were put forth by the Biden administration was leading to coal plants all across the country to announce that they were closing altogether. That was by design. I mean, there are people who serve in this body who will talk about a source like wind as if it is a substitute for baseload power. They just don't care that you have many states across this country that rely on coal in order to heat homes. When you're going through a winter like we just went through, where so many families for so long were so cold, rather than ramping up baseload power, they're trying to get rid of it. And we don't play along with that, and we're proud of it.